Welcome back to the Ellis diary. Sorry I'm a bit late, but I've been floating between two waters this winter. I've been on Willow Tree Fishery in Essex, where I am now, and another lake, the darker side of the River Thames, through the Garden of England, which is Kent, and into another county. I'm not going to say too much about that place, but it's quite demanding. I started fishing there at the end of January, which ain't the best time to start fishing a new water, and to couple that, I had a challenge on my hands. I had a lake there, about 6 acres, and you can only do a Saturday night or another night during the week, but I could only do a Saturday night, so that's one night a week. Other than that, it's days only. And yeah, 6 acres with a stock of 13 carp and a lot of bream, so the challenge was on. But yeah, I've been floating between Willow Tree and there, so I'll do Friday night on Willow Tree and then go there Saturday morning. And yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle, to be fair. I did manage one out the other lake, one of the smallest ones in there, little common, little wild one, about 15.5 pound. Did weigh at 15.5 it was. So yeah, I was well happy with that, but I only managed the one fish. It's closed now, it's got a closed season, so I can't go back there. I finally felt I was getting to grips with the place after catching one, and that was the second from last night I could do, because there's a closed season, so it's shut now. We're now near the end of March, so yeah, it's back open in June, like the old school season. But yeah, it's got me that place. I'm going to return next winter and do a bit on there. But yeah, back to Willow Tree. It's been tough. Like, when I first rocked up in January, after coming from Berners Hall, I've done a couple more sessions on there. Got frozen, I didn't catch anything. But yeah, Berners Hall was good in the winter. But then I've decided to come here, and yeah, it's a nice place. It's about 2.5 acres with a stock of about 80 carp. There's like 60 new ones in here, and probably 20 originals. So when I rocked up in the dark, first night on here on a Friday, and I was like, this place, look at the size of it, it's tiny, with like 80 fish, they're going to be crawling up my lines. And that's when I realised I made a mistake. 8 blank nights later, I finally got my first fish, and yeah, it was a struggle. I was fishing on the bottom, 2 rods on the bottom, 1 on a zig, and it just weren't happening for me. But a few of the other anglers, they started catching on zigs, like 2 or 3 foot. So you've got to go with the flow, ain't you? If they're coming out on zigs, you've just got to adapt and get on what they're coming out on. So I've got the old Mainline ziggers out. Didn't do 1 rod on zigs anymore. I went all out. If you're fishing zigs, it's best to go all out. So I went all 3 on zigs, between 2 and 3 foot long. And yeah, I managed my first fish, and it was one of the big stockies that went in there. A fish, heavily scaled mirror. You could name them if they're new, and they hadn't been caught. So I was going to name it the scaled leather, but then I thought, let's be serious about this, so I named it the Ellis. So yeah, not many people can do that in carp fishing, but I can, because I'm pretty unique, as you well know, the people that actually follow me and that, you know, I don't really care what people think, and it's just a bit of fun at the end of the day. Fishing ain't my job, it's a hobby, you know what I mean? My first fish, obviously, I called it the Ellis. Lovely scaled mirror, like a heavily scaled mirror, and yeah, 28-12, and I was buzzing with that. And then from then I kept catching. The following week I managed another fish, linear, called circle scale it was called, so that was good. The confidence was booming, and I finally started to get amongst the fish, and this is all on zigs. A few were coming out on the bottom, but I stuck to my zigs and they paid off. Did manage a few more. One was a mega black one, like black, and well, it's going to be black when the summer comes and the weeds up. Yeah, it's about 23 pound. And I had circle scale again, and I had another linear, like a zip linear, with nice scales under its belly, like weird thing. But they're all new fish, and this place is going to be a proper little water to look to in the future, definitely. But looking at it now, like, it's still March. I fished it in the winter and it looked absolutely stunning. So in the summertime, when everything's grown up, it's going to look mega. And I'm done now. I'm going over Berners Hall next weekend for a social with Lawrence East, fellow Mainline boy. We're going to have a social on there, do a bit of filming, make this Ellis diary. But that's a little update from what I've been doing this winter. Obviously, I've been doing one night on the other place, and it's publicity banned for me, so I can't, there's no content, you know what I mean? I've got content from here, little Willow Tree Fishery in Essex. Like, there's still tickets available if you want to contact them, or if not, message me on Facebook and Instagram. I'll sort you out, give you the right people to go to. But yeah, it's puck a bit of water, and I'll be back in the summer, a little dabble after work and stuff. But until then, we're going to get over Berners Hall for the last weekend of March, and then my main waters start then. I've got 2 waters starting on the 1st of April. I won't tell you now, you'll have to see what I am, but let me tell you, it's big carp fishing at its finest, and it's going to be epic diary pieces, like big pit, one of them, another one's a little farm lake, 8 acres, with some big fish, 50-pound common, in Essex. You probably know where it is, and I'm going to be boat fishing that, so aquascope the lot, and you can see exactly what I'm doing under the water, because I'll be filming, putting my phone in the scope, and you'll see exactly what I'm doing, which will be good. It's good insight into fishing. I've done that on Kingsmead Island Lake when I caught roids, and I didn't film then, I didn't make these diaries, but boat fishing and this diary, it'll go down well. It's going to be an epic year for me. I think it's definitely going to be a good season. I've got a lot of big fish at my disposal, 50-pounders in 3 different counties, so we're going to try and get one at least. But yeah, see you on Berners Hall next week. Ta-da.
Sounds of the surf.
Welcome back to Berners Hall Fishery in Essex. I'm joined by Lawrence East, fellow Mainline boy, and it's a part social, part feature, part make this Ellis diary. So we're in for a bit of action. We've had 6 bites between us, 3 each. Unfortunately I lost one, and I landed 2 small mirrors. LOZ has had a small common, a 23-pound mirror, and also a 28-pound 12-ounce mirror. So he's getting amongst the bigger fish, whereas I'm getting the babies. But it's early doors, and we're in for a few more, I reckon. It's Friday morning. Been here about 4 hours, so we're doing well so far. Going to be plenty of action ahead this weekend. I think we're doing zigs at the minute, but I think tonight we're going to put some rods out on the bottom. Hopefully I'll get amongst some bigger fish. But yeah, the sun is shining and the fish are showing. It's great. It's my last weekend before the big year starts on upper waters, so it'd be nice to get a bit of action before the action slows up, as it normally does on the other syndicates. But yeah, it's looking good for a few more bites, definitely. So we'll see what's in store and we'll get back to you later. But until then, might put my head down for a bit. Loz got up at, well, he left his house 3:15 this morning to get here. He's from up north, isn't he? Nottinghamshire. And I got up at 4, so maybe a power nap, charge the batteries, and then get right back amongst them. So there you go. See you in a bit. Little update, I've had my power nap, so has Lawrence, and he's into another one, his 5th fish. I've had 4 bites, I've had 5, we're doing alright. Wee.
Oh mate, that's a sizable tail, that, you know.
What's that?
The tail looks alright.
Could be a good one.
Can't really done much, mate, it's just
Plodded in.
yeah. Drop towards me like. You've got your land with that's the bearing.
That's it, Loz, land it in my swim again, mate.
Well, I thought you could do it if you could swim, mate.
Team effort, innit?
Oh, it's a babby.
Nah?
It's a babby, innit?
Get my net. So a liner on that left rod, that's going to go soon, I'm pretty sure of it.
I wound the other one in to take the zig off and put it on the bottom.
Yeah.
I looked down, the other one bleeped, I thought, oh, I've knocked it when I picked the other one up. Next minute, it's steaming off.
Happy days.
Common. It's a baby common, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Another one to the zig.
I'll have a look at him. This is number 5. He's been a productive day on the zigs. However, now the sun's starting to set. Time to get some bait out, chuck a couple of solid bags out for the night and see if we can get a bigger one. Well, he's trusted me with this. I ain't got a clue. I don't even know if it's recording, but we'll see what happens. So Gregory Senior into a fish.
Oh no, I'll get it here.
He's recording
this way.
I ain't got a clue what I'm doing. How you feeling, mate?
Good, mate. I thought I was going to have to call it the Lawrence Diary. This is my 5th bite now. But if I land it, it's my 3rd fish. And Lawrence had 5, so he's doing me in Essex. My home county, you know what I mean? I can't be having this. But I'm hoping I'll get it in. I've lost a couple in the
You
week.
do realise if it comes off now, mate, it's
If it comes off now, it won't make the cut, will it? I've had 2 small ones, which ain't made the cut of they, Lawrence.
No, definitely not,
You know
mate.
what I mean? Like, it's upper singles, I reckon. But this one feels like a good one. And if it ain't good,
It's not going in.
I'm going to look probably stupid, isn't I? Yeah, come on. Feels good. Unless it's just weeded. Could be me 20. It's plodding. It's a big Berners beast. £7 hook link, so I've got to be a bit careful with this. Come on.
Your text has just come on.
What? My bird?
Some Albanian youth.
What? Albanian?
Apparently.
Don't tell her no to that, YouTube. Messing with Albanians. Nutters. Fish showed out there, see that? Out there long.
£19, 15 ounce.
It feels good. But feels can be deceiving, as you know. Just be on here, be careful with these barbless hooks and that. Any bit of slack, they'll pop off.
Ooh.
You felt that as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
The peck.
Heart sunk, mate.
What's that then?
Cat.
Rambo, innit? It's a decent fish.
Oh yeah, it's about one, mate.
Come on, the Scady banger. It's 20, isn't it?
Yeah, all day long. 24s.
Mainline zigger hanging out.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm in the CARP World article, Lawrence. With a banger.
That's a bit bigger than what I thought, to be fair.
Yes, bro. That's a scaly beast. Here we have it, £27 2 ounce. Lawrence guessed the weight, bang on. So I'm happy with this.
It's a PB. He's getting in the bucket.
Well, imagine that. Someone will go swimming, wouldn't they? Northerners. But yeah, I'm well pleased with this. I had 2 small ones, dropped a couple, but now I've had a nice 27, and just so I was landed this, got another one in the net. So we'll have a look at that now. Looks like another 20. Happy days. Huh? What was it? 23?
23, yeah. 23, yeah.
Right, here we have the other part. £23 8 ounce. Not as scaly as the other one, but still nice all the same.
Greg's asked me to come down this week because he's been struggling recently, so he wanted a bit of a tuition. So I said, come and show him how he's done.
LE tuitions, just message him on Instagram, LOZ East, at LOZ East. Yeah.
Here he is again, he can't believe his luck. Sorted him out, showing him how to tie a zig.
The tuitions are going down a storm.
Showing him how to tie a zig, got him working the depths, sent it out with his bait boat.
LE tuitions, Google them. Yeah, doing alright, mate. Taught by the best. How many people are going to believe this?
They believe what you tell them.
Everyone. Got a few lads having a social down the road.
Yeah, they are. Although I'm still not quite sure whether they're going clubbing or going fishing.
4 men strong. That's where that Stella comes out tonight. And the Albanians rock up. It's gonna go off.
I'll never forget that now.
Highlight of the weekend. Albania.
Whatever you get up to in your spare time, mate, it's your business.
Yeah. Back to the fish. When I was playing this, about 80 yards out, it jumped out of the water. So whatever it is, it's called the Marlin now. There used to be a fish in Clevedon Mere called the Marlin. So it used to jump out when you hooked it. So this is the Marlin, if we land it. Another lead, Dan. Loz owes me another lead.
You're going through them like Skittles.
Yep, I've run out, so...
Have you run out completely now?
Yeah, I think so. Come on. Mainline zigger there. Right in the bottom. Happy days. Right, here we are, only a small one, so we put it back. But that is the Marlin. So if you catch this again in Berners Hall, it's known as the Marlin. Right? Nice one. Banger.
Just to finish it off. These little mainline hangers. And not just that, he's only gone and bought his own AstroTurf.
2 ticks. Hold on, fans, it's coming. Bosh, right over me spot. Fish just showed out there. Right, here we are, my first Berners Hall 30, £34 4 ounce. A fish called Bob's. Last night was pretty quiet. Decided to put one on the bottom, left one on the zig, and it went this morning with this 30 pounder. But last night Lawrence had one, won the A team, Mr. Gray. Absolute banger, we'll have a look at that. Happy days, finally got me 30. I think there's going to be a few more in store today on the zigs. Come on. Beast mode. Yes, mate. I'm happy with that.
Have a look at that. A fish known as Mr. Grey. 36 pound on the nose, taking on a little zig. Could have swore blind it was a 10 pounder when it was coming in. Did absolutely nothing. When it went to the net I knew it went 10 pound. So I'm absolutely made up. I'm here from a cartwheel feature and this has certainly made it.
Yes, get in there, son. What's it like pushing the barrel, Oz?
Nightmare. It's like I'm in a disabled barrel.
We've moved to the top end. There you go. Right, as you saw, we've moved swims. We're at the top end of Berners Hall now. The furthest end from the car park. I think it's a bit shallower, but not too much. But there's a stack load of fish up here. It was pretty quiet this morning where we were. And yeah, it just weren't happening. There's another geezer fishing on the tyre bank, which is alongside our swims, and he's going quite long and messing up LOZ's spots. He's going over his spots and ended up on mine. So, two options. You kick off or you move. And as luck would have it, there's a lot of fish up the other end, and that explains why we had no action. So that's all good. We ain't that annoyed about it, and I think we're gonna have a few more. It's looking good up here. The wind's gonna pump down here tomorrow, down into this top end here, and we should bag up. Fingers crossed. There's a lot of fish out here, all covered in clay. They look like ghosties, but they're not. They've been rubbing themselves on the clay bottom. They're getting right in the edge. I've just put some cell pellet and some cross cell. LOZ put some maggots down there as well, just on the marginal shelf where it's clay. They're cruising along that, and if one drops down and starts feeding, I'll be sticking a bottom bait on that. But until then, it's zig territory, like it has been all weekend. So we'll get back to you in a bit. We'll get set up, hopefully get a fish. Cheerio. Well, the move's paid off. My first fish on a zig. They've been cruising about quite short, and I've seen a few show out in the middle. So, in my experience, casting to showing fish with zigs is a lot easier than trying to catch the cruisers, and it's paid off. We've got one. Don't think it's a big one. It's topped out there. Splash. Saying that, it's probably Rambo now.
Ruining if it is.
Stack load of fish down here. Me and Loz were just getting a bit worried, weren't we, son? had a bite. Been out about an hour, I reckon.
Glad you've got that one, mate.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way. Leave Rambo out there for me.
The first one out of the way. Time to bag up. Got faith in you, Loz. You're going to bag up.
Everything's right now, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just need that one bite.
Oh, I nearly lost that. Thought I did. Looks like a double figure zig muncher. Yes. Results. Happy days. There you go. About £18. Don't know, could be a 20.
Yeah.
28
It's a fish,
pounds.
mate.
Yeah, about, 1920. But yeah, it's a result. Let's get some more.
Well, have a look at the scales on that fella. It's been a really frustrating day today. We caught a lot of fish yesterday. Got up early at 4:45 this morning, got the rods back out, and yeah, they almost went straight away. I had two runs, one after another. Thought it's going to kick off again like I did yesterday. Then it just went quiet. The fish stopped showing. It didn't look really good at all. So me and Greg came for a walk. We moved swims down the other end of the lake, and it was black with them. So what we did, we upped sticks and moved. Even though we caught fish, even though we put bait out in that swim, you have to go where the fish goes. That's something you can more put into your own fishing. It's no good sitting in swims if the fish aren't there. So yeah, it's definitely paid off. I've also changed the depth of the zigs, moved up a little bit. We started off at 4 foot, we're now at 6 foot. The fish are definitely close towards the surface. You can see them with their backs out and swirling. So yeah, hopefully we've got the right depth now, the right tactic, and there'll be a few more of these to come tonight.
last morning, Sunday morning. It's been a quiet night. LOZ had one on the zig during the night. My night was pretty uneventful, but I managed this one just before first light off the bottom. So it's my first bite off the bottom, which is good. I'm happy with that. It's been zigs all weekend, and finally we've got a cell muncher. It's a pretty little one. Upper double. Yeah, it's a bit cold today. Conditions have well changed. The wind's turned, coming up this end, and it's my ears are cold. You know what I mean? It's cold wind, but the fish are on it. They're showing up here, so I'm pretty sure before we go home we could get another one. Size of that rudder. Here we have it, my last fish from Berners. Looks like a low 20, and yeah, it's been a great weekend with LOZ. Been fishing mainly zigs. This one came on the zig at last knockings, so pleased with that. What do you think of the session, LOZ?
Loved it, mate. Great venue, definitely coming back. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great to meet you, mate. Maybe I enjoyed the tuition.
Yeah, mate.
Learned a lot.
Yeah, if you want a tuition, message Lawrence on Instagram, Facebook. He does tuition, and I'm sure if you want to come on Berners, he'll arrange that. We're gonna have a social in the winter, haven't we, LOZ?
Yeah, definitely.
Get a few on the bottom next time. Yeah, happy days. We're gonna go home now, and then back to me other fishing this following weekend. We'll see you on the next diary. Cheerio. Soaked. Probably soaked.
Someone show me where the limelight is. It's been a while, but I'm back inside this shit. I don't think that I'll ever be tiny big, but you know me, the people's MC. Someone show me where the limelight is. It's been a while, but I'm back inside this shit. I don't think that I'll ever be tiny big, but you know me, the people's MC. I'm up front again with 300 men. We'll fight to defend till I'm dying.